What is going on everybody, Tech Enthusiast here, and in this video I will be reviewing a laptop that I bought which I think is the perfect back to school laptop, and that is the Lenovo ThinkPad T480. So this laptop isn't new. As a matter of fact, it was released about 5 years ago. This is a refurbished model and I paid only £160 from eBay, and it's in very good condition. This laptop has a lot of things going for it which I will cover throughout the video. The build quality is great. It's made from a combination of magnesium hybrid and glass fiber reinforced plastic. Now there is a little weight to it at 1.63 kilograms, which is about 3.5 pounds. Moving on to the specifications, I'll just mention some of the key ones. The model I have has a Intel i5-8350U CPU, which is also quad core and has integrated Intel HD graphics. It has a 14-inch 1080p touchscreen display, 8GB of RAM and a 512GB SSD. This laptop also charges by USB-C at 65 watts, so relatively fast. I paid £160 and I'm really happy with that, as I was willing to pay around £200. Now this laptop has a good amount of ports. Starting on the right of the laptop, there is a 3.5mm audio jack, USB 3.1 port, HDMI 1.4b, another USB 3.1 port with power share, meaning you can charge the device when the laptop is turned off or it's sleeping, an RJ45 Ethernet port, SD card reader, and on the very end a Kensington lock. On the left side is the charging port, which is USB 3.1. Next to that is the Thunderbolt 3 or dock port, which is comprised of another USB 3.1 port. Now both of these ports can charge the laptop and they both can also output video, which came as a surprise. Then there is the fan exhaust to let the hot air out. On the bottom there are several vents which helps the laptop stay cool, 4 firm rubber feet on each corner to keep the laptop firm on the desk. There's also the bottom firing 2-watt stereo speakers. Now one of the highlights of this laptop is this external hot swappable battery. You can easily swap out the battery if it dies out. You still have the main battery, which is the internal 24 watt hour battery. So to take out the external battery, you just need to slide out the locks to the output position and then you can remove the battery. So the battery is light and slim, and the default battery is a 24 watt hour battery, as you can see here. So there is a hidden feature tucked away here. I'm just going to bring up the laptop a little closer so you can see, and there it is, a nano SIM card slot, which is pretty cool. Now coming back to the battery, you can buy a larger battery, the max being 72 watt hour. It is a lot thicker, but you won't get a flush fit, so do bear that in mind. Now if you're going to buy this laptop, do bear in mind there are 720p and 1080p screens, and there's also the touchscreen option. Personally, I would avoid a 720p screen, especially now we're at the end of 2023. It's not something that you should be using right now. The Precision touchpad is relatively large, allowing plenty of room to move the mouse around, and what's more, this allows gestures on Windows 10 and 11, and as you can see I am painting to zoom. As for the die-hard ThinkPad fans, you still have the little red nub track point which acts as a mouse. However, this isn't something that I will use. The ThinkPad keyboard here is fantastic. It offers plenty of key travel and allows for a really good typing experience. They make a satisfying click when typing, but they're soft at the same time. The only issue that I had is that the function key is swapped out with the control key, which takes some time getting used to, but apparently there is a software workaround for that. And another great feature is that the keyboard is also backlit, which allows for working in very low or dim lighting. There are 2 levels of lighting available. Now coming back to the screen, all models have a matte finish which helps to minimize a lot of reflection, and it really helps if you're using it outside. It offers wide viewing angles, good contrast and colors. Saying that, it's not the best for professional image editing, but is more than good enough for watching videos. As for the dual speakers, they're located on the bottom and it's pretty decent, but it does lack bass. Now saying that, it is fairly loud.
this. I'm gonna bless you,
The T480 also has a 720p webcam, which is good enough for video conferencing. It also has the Think shutter, which you can slide to the right to help protect your privacy, which is definitely nice to have. There's also a fingerprint reader located on the right hand side, which you can use to log in. I found it very useful. You just need to tap it and it will log you in about 5 seconds. And here you can see video out via USB-C, and as I mentioned earlier, both of the USB ports can display video, but it is recommended to use the one with the display port, and you also have the HDMI port on the right hand side. Moving on to the battery life, as my model was refurbished, it came with a new battery, and if you are browsing online or doing some word processing, it should give you 5 hours or more. Now if you have two batteries, that's including the internal battery and the external battery, or just a larger external battery, then obviously the battery life will last a lot longer. So the conclusion, I think this is a fantastic laptop for kids to use. It has a solid build, excellent keyboard, and a very good battery life. And obviously we have the great quality of life features shown throughout the video. I mean, the hot swappable battery is a game changer, as you don't need to open up the laptop. The RAM isn't soldered, so you can upgrade the RAM, which I will also cover in a future video. Now if you can find it at this low price like I did, then it is definitely worth buying. Okay, so that wraps it up for this video. If you have found it useful, give it a thumbs up. If you are new here, then please do consider subscribing, as I have more videos coming up. So make sure you hit that bell icon so you get notified as soon as I release my videos. Please do follow me on Twitter and Instagram. And like always, thanks for watching, and I will catch up with you in the next video.